Hello everyone, this is Janice with Cricketology.blogspot.com, and today we're going to make a sidestep card that I learned or was inspired to make from Beata Johns from Split Coast Stampers. She used stamps on hers and I cricketized mine. Okay, and this is what a sidestep card looks like when you set it down on a table. Let's see if I can show you that. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, well, I started with an 8.5 by 11 piece of green paper from, I think this is from Joann's, I'm not sure, it's not in the packaging anymore, and I cut it down the middle in half at 5.5 inches. And basically this is what it looks like before I do all the cutting. Then I lined it up in my paper trimmer at 3.5 inches and cut a line from 1 inch all the way down to 6.5 inches. Then I turned it in my paper trimmer and I scored a line at 4.25 inches on this smaller, there's a smaller side here. Okay, so 4.25 inches here. And then I came down to the bottom part and I scored a line, and again all these score lines are starting from this cut mark. 1 inch, scored at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3.25 inches, 4.5 inches, and 6.5 inches. Then you take it and you fold all of your score marks. Okay? Like this. And then the bottom ones get accordion folded. And here is your card base. Then what we want to do is add a strip decorative paper. You can decorate this however you want. I mean, really, your imagination, you know, the sky's the limit. But what I did was from the Dots and Stripes and Plaids Matte Stack, I got this paper here, and I cut that one at 4 by 2.25, and then there's a little blue panel here that you may or may not be able to see. There's another layer there. That one is 4.125 by 2 3/8. Okay, and I just stuck it down with my ATG. Then on this layer, we're going to add some little boots that I cut out from, this is from the Paisley cartridge. Okay, and I added some little faux stitching, and I have a few more details to add to them at the end when I'm done with the card. Because, you know, we always want to add bling to everything. At least I do. And I'm just going to add some of my homemade Pop-Tarts to the back. And these will cut at 3 inches. I don't remember if I just said that or not. Let's add one more. And all of my papers from, except for the grass that I'm going to show you, they're all what do you call that? They're all scraps. You know what? Before I add the boots, let's get the grass because it's going to make a difference. Okay, so I cut this grass and these tulips from the Give a Hoot cartridge, and I welded a rectangle to the bottom that was about a 1/2 inch wide, and this whole width, which is, I cut it at 5.5 inches wide, and then I also chose to cut the tulips at 5.5 inches wide, and I did it on my Gypsy. Obviously I welded it together. Well, not obviously, I could have used Design Studio, right? And then this tulip right here, we don't actually need it, so I'm gonna cut her off because we don't need her, sorry. And just gonna add some ATG. and just add this layer. Okay, and then I cut this cut 3 times the exact same way, but I don't actually need the whole thing, because we have 3 steps here, and what I want to do is kind of position it so that the tulips are, I don't want to cut that tulip off, I want it to be in there somehow. So move it. This one already has adhesive down because I had started to make this video and I realized I forgot something, so start it all over again. Okay, I'm gonna cut off just a smidge. You know a smidge. You know, there it's a nature scene, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Because nature is beautiful, but it's certainly not perfect. And I think we're going to end up losing another tulip here. And that's okay. Okay. So there we go. And then we've got, and you know what, I want it to go up a little bit. So, let's see. That's why I chose this green paper for the foundation of the card, the base of the card, because I didn't want to see a lot of stark white. Okay, and then this one we just might do this. Yeah, perfect. That's where I want it. And I think that'll be good. Perfect, yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, so it doesn't look exactly like my first one. I was playing and I just wanted to make one of these stair-step cards, so that's how it turned out. And this one's going to need trimming again. There. Okay. Alright, now you got to add the boots. But we got to leave room for the cloud, because there's a little cloud too. And I cut the cloud from Give a Hoot also. And I cut it at 3 inches, but I hid the flowers, and I just used the main image and the layer for the rain drops, because it has little tulips. Okay, so there you go, and I added some silver faux stitching with this is an old Creative Memories pen that I found in my stash. Yay! Alright, and then we have the little umbrella, which came from Paisley. The boots and the umbrella came from Paisley. And that's going to go about there, and I'm going to use this tulip. And I need a little bit of glue on the handle of the umbrella. And it's going to go about there. Okay, and then we're going to stamp it with a stamp from Scrappy Mom's Sweet Somethings, and it says, "Hope you'll soon be as right as rain." And there it is, and I'm just going to add some little stickles. I used these blue stickles to accent the blue areas. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to do all of that on camera, but you'll see the picture at my blog. Thanks for watching. Bye.